Please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now convened for its 27th regular session. The Honorable Senior Board Member, Mark Julius P. Caballes, presiding.
Good morning po sa mga kasama natin sa 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Dahil po ang ating Honorable Vice Governor is engaged in an important matter but will join us shortly, I will be presiding momentarily. And with that, the 27th regular session of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now called to order. May I request Bokal Mercerihano of the 2nd District of the Municipality of Santa Cruz to please lead the invocation.
Sa ngalan ng Ama, ng Anak, ng Espiritu Santo. Amen. Amang makapangyarihan, maraming salamat sa umagang ito na kami ay iyong nasa kaganapan na kaming lahat na nandito ngayon ay isang humihinga, still kicking in the life. Lord, thank you for everything, the life that you have given to us. God Father, thank you for allowing us today to gather and be able to share our knowledge and time with one another in this season. We pray that you would deepen our comprehension, broaden our thinking, and guide us in the understanding of what we are able to discuss today. Bless our colleagues and endow us skills needed and cope with the challenges imposed upon us by our positions in the public service. May you bestow our blessings so that we may be able to perform our roles and responsibilities in the spirit of our love and generosity. At maraming salamat din, Lord, na sa araw na ito ay binigyan mo pa ako ng isang mahalagang bagay, mahalagang buhay sa araw na ito. At ito po, hindi na po natin kailangan kung ano ang numero ng ating edad, kung hindi. Nandun ang ingredient ng pagmamahal sa bawat isa na galing po sa puso ni Bokal Mercy Riegoriano. At sa inyo pong lahat, Lord, maraming salamat sa blessings, sa katalinuhan ng aking mga kasamahan, sa kalakasan ng katawan na ibinigay rin po ng ninyo sa akin, ang haba pa ng kaunti ang aking buhay. So, ang lahat po ng ito, ang dinadalangin ko, nabigyan pa ng malhabang lakas ang aming lahat na nandito ngayon sa kanilang katawan. Lord, thank you for everything. Sa ngalan ng Ama, ng Anak, at ng Espiritu Santo. Amen.
And please remain standing for the national anthem, the Marinduque March, and of course the board members' creed to be led by Honorable Bernardine E. Opes Mercado.
Igay ni Batala, mga dagat mo mga luha, tayaman ay sarga.
please raise our right hand. PBML Prib. I am a provincial board member
Provincial Board Member,
given the mandate to serve
given the mandate to serve
my constituency through responsible,
through my constituency through responsible,
responsive, and effective legislation,
responsive and effective legislation,
provide dynamic leadership,
provide dynamic leadership,
promote and maximize the delivery of basic services
promote and maximize the delivery of
for the general welfare
for the general welfare
under a regime of a truly consultative and participative democracy.
under a regime of a truly consultative and participative democracy.
I impose upon myself
I impose upon myself
the supreme obligation to perform
the supreme obligation to perform
and carry out the functions prescribed by law
and carry out the functions prescribed by law
unselfishly and with utmost dedication,
unselfishly and with utmost dedication,
thereby becoming a genuine catalyst of change
thereby becoming a genuine catalyst of change
in my locality, in our nation.
in my locality and in our nation.
Mr. Secretary, kindly call the roll.
Honorable Aurelio J. Leva III, Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, Honorable Bernardine Opis Mercado, Honorable Melgabal Arencabo, Honorable Mercedes Arejano, Honorable Danilo R. Red, Honorable Ismael D. Pilim, Honorable Jose Neril L. Manggol, Honorable Baldomero Limpiada, Honorable Lauren R. Rosales. Mr. Presiding Officer, with 9 members of the board present, we have the necessary quorum for this morning's session.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. There being a quorum, we now proceed with today's session. I give the floor to our Majority Floor Leader, Bocol Jojo Leva.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, for the reading and adoption of the minutes of the previous session dated January 27, 2023, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous session and consider the same as having been read without prejudice to the amendments, clarifications, and corrections to be entered into by the members of the board. I so move.
There's a motion from Bocol Jojo Leva to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous session without prejudice to any corrections or entries to the said minutes. Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded, and there being no objection, said motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Presiding Officer, may we invite members of the board who have some matters, who have some corrections and amendments to the session, to the minutes of the session dated January 27, 2023.
Inviting any member of the board who may have any corrections or matters arising from the minutes of the previous session. There being none, Mr. Majority Floor Leader, you may now proceed.
Mr. Presiding Officer, may I move that we adopt and approve the minutes of the 26th regular session of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan dated January 27, 2023. I so move.
There's a motion from Bocol Jojo Leva for the approval of the minutes of the previous session dated January 27, 2023. Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Bocol Office Mercado. There being no objection, the said motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Presiding Officer, for the matters arising from the minutes, inviting members of the board who have some matters arising from the previously adopted minutes of the session.
Inviting any member of the board who may have any matters or questions arising from the minutes of the previous session. There being none, Mr. Majority Floor Leader, you may now
Mr.
proceed.
Presiding Officer, before we close the matters arising from the minutes, I would like just to put on record that we have invited that third placer of the board exam in the last professional board teachers exam. Unfortunately, Mr. Presiding Officer, he cannot come because he was already assigned in Mindanao by the Carbalita Review Center. So we will just give the award or the resolution of recognition to him through the Secretariat for the information of the board.
Well noted po, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. Mr. Secretary, kindly take note of the suggestion of Bukal Jojo Leva. Thank you.
Mr. Presiding Officer, we now go to the approval amendment of the agenda. For the privilege speech, we have one privilege speech to be rendered by the Honorable Baldomero Limpiada. For the question hour, we have invited Attorney Shermela C. Estipona, Public Attorney 1 of the Provincial Attorney's Office, with regards to her request for the grant of financial support in the form of monthly honorarium as public attorney. We have, for the messages and correspondence from the Governor, we have 4 items. For the communications and petitions, we have 3 items. For the municipal ordinances, for the review of the board, we have 3 items and various sub-items. For the proposed ordinance, we don't have any. For the proposed resolution, we have 2 items. For the committee reports, Mr. Presiding Officer, we would like to I would like to move that the item number 4 be item number 4 as manifested in this agenda be deleted, as well as item number 9 with regards to the children with special needs. So, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move that we adopt today's agenda as amended.
There is a motion from Bukal Jojo Leva for the adoption of today's agenda as amended. Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded. There being no objection, the said motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I move for the suspension of the rules to give way first to the question hour.
The rules are hereby suspended.
Mr. Presiding Officer, in today's session, at the question hour, we have invited Attorney Shermela C. Estipona, Public Attorney 1 of the Provincial Attorney's Office, to introduce herself as the new public attorney in the office of the Provincial Attorney's Office.
Recognizing.
So ask that to recognize Attorney Shermela C. Estipona.
Recognizing Attorney Shermela C. Estipona, the new Public Attorney 1, Provincial Attorney's Office. Good morning po, Attorney. And
hello, good morning everyone. I am Attorney Shermela Estipona, the newly assigned Public Attorney 1 in the province of Marinduque. I am from the province of Romblon po.
Good morning po, Attorney. As per yung request po ni Bukal Jojo Leva nung huli, pakitanggal daw po yung face mask.
No worries. Last time po kasi nasabihan na.
Madam Presiding Officer, the parliamentary status is that we are in the question hour and we have with us Attorney Shermela C. Estipona, Public Attorney 1 of the Provincial Attorney's Office. May I ask that she be recognized, Madam Presiding Officer?
Thank you, Honorable Leva. But before that, the presiding officer wished to extend my thanks to Honorable Cabalias for serving as presiding officer pro tempore, and also for everyone for opening the session just on time. Thank you to our floor leader. Our guest, Attorney Estipona, is recognized.
Again, let me introduce myself. Good morning, everyone. I am Attorney Shermela C. Estipona, and I am the newly appointed Public Attorney's Office assigned in your, or may I say, our province of Marinduque. And I am a native of province of Romblon, and actually and honestly again, I requested the central office of the Public Attorney's Office to be assigned in our province. However, they given me a choice either to choose Marinduque, Palawan, Coron, Palawan, and El Nido, Palawan, and Mindoro. However, I chose your province because I know that this is a peaceful and the people here are kind and humble. And yun nga, totoo ka talaga. Thank you. Thank you. I promise everyone, and I'm assuring everyone that I will be serving your community and our community to the best of my ability po. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney. And any other message for Attorney Estipona?
Wala na po akong maitatanong. Baka po
Nagtanong na ako.
si Attorney Maki.
Attorney Caballas may have remarks for our guest.
Good morning po to our Honorable Presiding Officer and to our honored guest. Tayo naman po ay nakapag-usap at nakapag-meet na po kasama yung Committee on Appropriations last week. So, wala po sabihin na congrats and bagaman di man po kayo native ng Marinduque, alam po namin na malaki pa yung matulong ninyo sa mga kababayan natin dito sa probinsya. At kung ano man po yung matulong namin, except sa dagdag sa allowance ulit, sana po ay wag po kayo mahiyang lumapit sa akin.
Yes po.
Thank you po.
Yes po.
And
Thank you
congrats.
so much and good morning.
Hindi lang, baka ano ko lang, Madam Presiding Officer, kasi parati-rati tuwing question hour, marami tayong pumupunta dito nang hihingi ng solicit sa beauty contest. Baka hindi kaya doon yun o talagang sa honorarium?
Honorarium po talaga.
O sa honorarium.
Mas gusto po natin mag-serbisyo publiko po.
Okay, talagang si Bukaleva, parang kakaiba ang iyong mga pananalita ngayong araw na ito. So, kung wala na, sa bahagi ng presiding officer, Attorney Estipona, kami na may nagkaroon ng pagkakataon din na magkakwentuhan ni Attorney during her visit to my office last week, during the previous week, and we had a good talk. Maraming, kagaya po ng kanilang binanggit, maraming salamat because during that very short period of conversation, naramdaman ko ang totoong malasakit mo sa serbisyo publiko at ang iyong pagkalinga at pagmamalasakit sa lalawigan ng Marinduque. Rest assured na ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan sa pamuno ng inyong lingkod kasama ang ating mga kasama, gayon din ang pamahalaang panlalawigan in general, led by our governor, will always consider PAW as our effective partners. At yung pong inyong nire-request ay alam ko po na hindi ho mahabang talakayan yan. Yeah, that is something that is due to you with all the services that you are giving. Maliit lang ho ang lalawigan ng Marinduque, mababa ang classification for now, although we are very confident that very soon the classification of the province will be improved. Alam kong maliit lang ang konting assistance na maibigay namin, financial assistance na maibigay namin sa inyo, but it's coming from the heart. And also, what is more important, I think, is our recognition na kayo po ay aming katuwang. Whatever assistance pa na pwede naming ibigay in as much as we can and in as much as we can afford, rest assured that your office will not be disappointed. Yes, Honorable Leva?
Madam Presiding Officer, tayo ay pinapanood ng ating mga kababayan at mas maganda marahil malaman kung saang bayan naka-assign si Attorney Estipona at ano ang mga serbisyong ipinagkakaloob ng Public Attorney's Office or ng kanyang posisyon bilang Public Attorney 1.
Yes, please, Attorney Estipona, for some clarification. And we will be aired through Marinduque News Network po kasi, and kindly make sure that the information that will be shared by Attorney Estipona will be included in what will be aired. Yes, Attorney?
Hello, camera. I'm joking. Hello, everyone. I'm the newly appointed Public Attorney's Office, and I'm already serving the municipalities of Boac, Gasan, and Mogpog. The Public Attorney's Office is always open for you, most especially to the indigent and underrepresented and marginalized citizens of the province of Marinduque. We are located at the Bulwagan Hall of Justice beside the province building of the building of provincial capital. We are always welcome and we are always happy to serve you.
Okay. Salamat, Attorney. And last na, there may be times when some of our staff may be coordinating closely or working closely with PAW for legislative research in aid of our legislative function. I hope that partnership can continue. So malaking tulong din po kasi sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan yung kanilang exposure sa PAW in doing our legislative research in aid of legislation. Thank you.
Yes,
So,
I-
meron pa?
I forgot to mention that our services are for free po. We are providing free notarial services, legal advices, and case representation. And also we have non-judicial activities like giving seminars to every barangays. And also we also have outreaches to barangays also po.
Okay. Maraming salamat po ulit. So kung wala na po na iba pang ipaparating ating mga kasama, maraming salamat, Attorney Estipona, and you are excused. But before that, we have a birthday celebrator today, and I'm sure she won't mind inviting you to join us for lunch maya-maya.
Thank you po. I would like to personally extend my greetings po. Happy birthday po, Bukal.
Okay. So,
Thank you
Attorney Estipona, our resource person, is excused.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Madam Presiding Officer, I move that we close the question hour.
May we just request our OVG staff to kindly assist Attorney Estefona. Okay, shall we continue, Honorable Eva?
Yes, Madam Presiding Officer, we now go to the privilege hour. Madam Presiding Officer, the Honorable Baldomero Limpiada availed of the privilege hour to discuss the perennial problem on stray dogs in the streets and the threats to it to public, and the concerns on the safety of the road going to Balalacan during heavy rains. May I ask that we recognize the honorable gentleman from the municipality of Mugbog.
The gentleman from Mugpog, and at the same time, the honorable representative of the Liga ng mga Barangay is recognized.
First time. At may susunod pa po. Masyado.
Yan, mas makikita ka ng maliwanag dyan, Bukal Limpiada.
To the Honorable Presiding Officer and members of the Honorable Chamber, good morning to all of you. I stand here this morning to bring the attention of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for possible legislative action or intervention on the two subjects. First, on the perennial problem on stray dogs. We are probably aware that the dogs roaming in the street still remains a problem. Many of the reported motorcycle accidents on the roads are caused by stray dogs, which is already an alarming concern. Another is the stray dog cause the scattering of garbage and dog pops in the streets. The primary concern is that stray dogs are usually unvaccinated and may cause rabies infection to the beaten individuals. Who are responsible? Republic Act number 9482 or the Anti-Rabies Act of 2007 provides the following. Section 5, responsibilities of pet owner. All pet owners shall be required to, letter A, have their dog regularly vaccinated against rabies and maintain a registration card which shall contain all vaccination conducted on their dog for accurate record purposes. Letter B, submit their dogs for mandatory registration. Letter C, maintain control over their dog and not allow it to roam the streets or any public place without a leash. Letter D, be a responsible owner by providing their dog with proper grooming, adequate food, and clean shelter. Letter E, within 24 hours, report immediately in any dog biting incident to the concerned officials for investigation or for any appropriate action, and place such dog under observation by a government or private veterinarian. Letter F, assist the dog bite victims immediately, and shoulder the medical expenses incurred and other incidental expenses relative to the victim's injuries. Section 7, responsibilities of the LGUs. LGUs and the respective localities shall, number 1, ensure that all dogs are properly immunized, registered, and issued a corresponding dog tag for every immunized and registered dog. Number 2, strictly enforce dog impounding activities and field control to eliminate the stray dogs. Number 3, ensure that dogs are leashed or confined within the premises of the owner's house or owner's fenced surroundings. Number 4, allocate funds to augment the implementation of the National Rabies Prevention and Control Program, particularly in the financing of supplies in human and dog vaccines needed for immunization. Number 5, ensure the enforcement of Section 6 of Republic Act No. 8485 or the Animal Welfare Act of 1998. Number 6, enact additional local ordinances that will support the National Rabies Prevention and Control Program that should include the regulation of treatment locally known as tandok. Number 7, prohibit the trade of dogs for meat. Number 8, with respect to cities and first-class municipalities, establish and maintain a dog pound where impounded dogs shall be kept in accordance with Section 9 herein, provided that the other municipalities shall on their own establishing a dog pound or opt to share the expense of establishing and maintaining a dog pound with other adjoining municipalities and or with private animal shelters and control facilities. Number 9, prohibit the use of electrocution as a euthanasia procedure. Number 10, appoint a veterinarian and establish a veterinary office in every province, city, and first-class municipality, provided that the other municipalities shall, on their own, opt to share the expense of having a veterinary office, and among others. Relative thereto, the DILG issued Memorandum Circular Number 2021-020 regarding the LGU implementation of Republic Act No. 9482 or the Anti-Rabies Act of 2007, reiterating its previously issued Memorandum Circulars Number 2011-30 and 2014-56 pertaining to the same subject matter. Also, there is Provincial Ordinance Number 38 as a series of 2002 or the Stray Animals Rabies Control Ordinance that was adopted by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan on February 1, 2002. Under Section 4 thereof, it is stated that as general rule, no person shall be allowed to own, raise, or breed dogs without registering their pets to the Sangguniang Barangay through the Barangay Secretary. For this purpose, all dogs with ages 3 months and above shall be properly registered at the said office by their legitimate custodians and pay the necessary costs thereof through the Barangay Treasurer. Copy of the registration shall be furnished to the Municipal Health Office, Municipal Agriculture's Office, and the Provincial Veterinary Office. My colleagues, there are sufficient laws that should have prevented the stray dogs and other animals on the street. And there are also corresponding penalties for those who are found violating the said laws. But where seems to be the problem? Number 1, there are no impounding facilities in the province. Number 2, if there is, who will shoulder the operational expenses such as the foods, water, medicine, etc., as well as the manpower requirements. Number 3, there seems to be no municipal veterinarian. Being appointed in the municipalities, there is only one, a provincial veterinarian. Republic Act Number 9482 and Provincial Ordinance Number 38 Series of 2022 are not strictly being implemented. My second concern is the concern of the safety of the road going to Balanacan during heavy rains. My fellow members of the board, our province is prone to natural weather disturbances. Currently, we are experiencing amihan, or the southeast monsoon, which causes frequent heavy rainfall and humid weather. In the past days or even weeks, we are experiencing continuous rainfalls, which are sometimes heavy, that causes landslide in some roads in the province, including that going to Balanacan. This causes the blockage of road leading to the main door of the province, which is the Balanacan port. What is more concerning is this: it causes dangers and threats to the motorists in the nearby communities. My fellow members, it can be observed that the landslide in the roadside is due to lack of riprap or other erosion protection structure. Another is that the line canals usually clogged or congested, thereby impeding the flow of water, which overflows to the top of the roads, causing mud flows. Considering that the said roads are classified as national roads, this representation suggests that the matter be brought to the attention of the DPWH for appropriate action. And finally, may this representation recommend to this honorable body that the matters herein raised be referred to the concerned committees for further study and appropriate legislative action. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat po sa ating kasama, Bokal Baldomero Limpiada, for providing, for raising two important subject matters, providing important context and background, and well-researched. Any other, any interpellation? Yes, Honorable Caballes.
Thank you po, Madam Presiding Officer. First of all, gusto ko lang po mag-agree with the sentiments raised by our Honorable Bokal Limpiada. And just to give context and an update to our colleagues, that particular matter, specifically the matter or the problems arising from the stray dogs, this is part of our legislative agenda. This was specifically highlighted by me during as my one of my legislative agenda during our meetings and different conferences that we attended. And just to give everyone an update, we're already crafting an ordinance that will address this problem, as this matter was also referred to my committee in public safety. So the next question is, why is it taking a considerable time for it to be drafted? Because there are problems both in there are both technical problems when it comes to legislation. Because first of all, there is a problem with there is a challenge when it comes to the Animal Welfare Code, because we have to tread lightly or carefully, because one wrong provision and our colleagues at the Provincial Veterinary Office and our law enforcement officers and even our barangay officials will be subject to liability. Because personally, I can attest to the challenges that are being faced by our local officials, particularly the provincial vet, because they are already subject to a few civil suits, particularly civil and criminal and administrative suits or complaints, because unfortunately some of our kababayans in Marinduque, who are supposed to be the responsible owners of these dogs, are the ones who end up filing administrative and criminal complaints for their responsibility. So we are being careful on how we are drafting this proposed legislation, so that the officers or the public officials who will be implementing this legislation will also be protected from future complaints and civil, criminal, and administrative suits. So, Bukal, I would just like to assure Bukal Bal that it is already being addressed, at least on the legislative side of the problem, and with the extensive work with the provincial vet and with the legislation that we are currently crafting, I think at least 50% will come. 50% of the work will come from the barangays, and with that added responsibility, we are also proposing an additional financial aid to the barangays, so that part of the proposals of that legislation is to have an impound center. And because we don't have enough resources and funds, we will cluster at least 3 barangays to have an impound center for dogs, and with added financial appropriation or assistance to the barangay so that they will be able to operate such. And that will surely help in the enforcement of our soon-to-be amended anti-rabies law, at least in the local level, and other concerns of the barangay, the LGU, and the provincial. Because the second concern I have is that Marinduque used to be a zero rabies province. We were recognized nationally. We were the subject of different commendations and several awards. However, the problem that we're currently having is because yun nga po, yung provincial vet natin ay nademanda na ng ilang beses dahil sa pag-enforce ng batas natin. So I think part of our problem or part of the solution that we have is the political will to enforce our laws, na kahit may magalit. Na sa totoo lang naman na madalas yung nagagalit ay yung mga irresponsibleng pet owners rin naman na hindi nasunod sa batas. Yun yung problema natin na kailangan natin naharap. So we need protection. We need to protect our local officials who will enforce these laws. Dahil maganda nga na masaya lahat, na wala nagreklamo, walang nahuhuli. Pero ang tayo rin na may nag-suffer dahil pakalat-kalat yung mga aso. At mga kababayan rin naman natin yung nadidisgrasya. So yun lang po, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Caballes. Is that an interpellation, Honorable Tres Mangkukang?
Another
or additional information?
additional information, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
but it would be good to focus on interpellation because we will refer it anyway to concerned committee. So what is the additional information? Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Mangkukang first, then we'll have the reply of Honorable Limpiada.
Tunay nga po ang tinura ng ating gentleman from Mugpog na ito ay isa na sa pinaka malalang problema ng ating lalawigan. Ang mga nakakalat na mga asong gala sa kalye. Una, sanhi ng aksidente, vehicular accident, particularly sa motor. At ang dami per record, ang dami po nakadatos. Pangalawa, kinakalat ang mga basura sa lansangan kung saan. Pangatlo, nagiging sanhi ng noise pollution, lalo na sa gabi, lalo na kung nagkakasama-sama ang grupo ng mga aso. Sunod, ito ay threat sa ating mga kabataan, lalo na sa mga batang pastit, kung saan ay napakalaki ng chance na sila ay makagat nitong mga asong gala. Madam Presiding Officer, during the executive legislative agenda discussions held in Luxent Hotel, sinabi ko po at isa sa aking inihain na legislative agenda ay magkaroon tayo ng isang ordinansa kung saan magkaroon at bumuo ang Pamalaang Panlalawigan ng isang animal shelter, provincial animal shelter, na kung saan ay dito ilalagak ang mga hayop na gala, particularly ang aso. At sinabi rin natin na maraming mga animal welfare foundation locally and abroad na sumusuporta sa ganitong klase ng adikain. Subalit hindi ito nakasama at naipasa doon sa ating mga babalangkasin na legislative agenda for this term. I think, Madam Chair, ito ay isa sa magandang solusyon at pinaka-safe na wala tayong batas na sasalungatin at walang taong magagalit. Subalit, kailangan lang talaga dito ng sapat na pananalapi upang magawa natin ang stray animal shelter dito sa ating lalawigan. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Mangkukang, for the additional information. Any reply before the presiding officer make a decision on proper disposition? Honorable Baldomero Limpiada first, then Honorable Leva.
I want to cite first the provincial ordinance number 38 series of 2002 dun sa po sa all personnel directly involved sa section 13. In the eradication campaign shall be provided by the local government unit concerned with pre-exposure shot of anti-rabies vaccine. These include dog catchers, vaccinators, veterinarian personnel who have access in the operation. Section 14, yung penalty clause. Any violation of this ordinance shall be meted fine of 500 pesos for the first time offender, 1,000 pesos for second time offender, 2,500 pesos third time offender, imprisonment at the discretion of the court. Fine shall be shared or by the barangay, the municipality, in the province on 20%, 40%, and 40% basis respectively. Dog catchers will be paid 100 pesos per dog to be paid for the barangay for their share. So, Madam Chair, sinishare ko po ito yung ginawa po ng Provincial Ordinance Series of 2002. So, as na ma-provide natin ang mga barangay officials tungkol po dito sa mga bagay na ito, so as na hindi sila madimanda or mabalikan po ng reklamo ng mga may-ari. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, that is actually the query of the presiding officer with regard to the first subject matter. Una, klaro that with regard to legislation, there is an existing legislation, an ordinance at the provincial level. Kaya nga po, kung ang may ano pa ang gaps dito sa policy, and at the same time, ano yung status ng implementation, siguro po doon iba-iba. So, ang first query ng presiding officer, Honorable Limpiada, is what is, aside from being referred to concerned committee, kasi legislative measure na naman din ang ending natin ito. So, ano pa pong ibang requested or suggested action na nais po ninyong hilingin? Yes, Honorable Limpiada.
Ongoing po yung aming pong paghuli ng aso sa Barangay Balanacan. The problem there, yung mga hindi tinutubos ng may-ari. So, hindi po naka-state dito kung ano po yung mga dapat gawin sa implementing rules. Paano po kung 3 days na pong 5 days, 1 week? That is the problem ng barangay. Kami ang magpapakain, kami nag-iintindi, dahil pag hindi namin ito inintindi, pwede kami balikan ng demanda rito. Thank you po.
So, definitely the committee can work on the policy gap. Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Sir, this is not an interpellation but more of a manifestation.
Proceed, Honorable.
At the outset, I would like to commend the good gentleman from the municipality of Mugpog, representing the legal ng mga barangay for this well-searched privileged speech. Because what captured my mind, Madam Chair, is the provision of Republic Act 9482 with regards to the duty of the LGUs to enact additional local ordinance that will support the national rabies prevention and control, but that should also include the regulation of treatment locally known as tandok. It's very prevalent in the province, Madam Chair, that instead of going to the hospital, to the doctor, ay nagpasipsip na lang po sila sa tandok. Kaya, we do not know how patient is assured of going to this tandok, hindi ko alam kung anong tawag sa kanila.
Magtatandok.
Oo, kasi po, I have a personal experience na I accompanied a friend to a tandok, magtatandok in Buena Vista. Nagpatandok naman po siya sa sa uric acid. Pero may isa pong bata na nakagat ng aso na imbis po na dalhin po sa ospital, ay inapasipsip po yung sugat doon sa ano at pagka ano ay tapos na raw po yun. Eh, paano po kung hindi totoo or hindi man natanggal yung rabies doon sa ano? It's very marami po ang naniniwala na totoong nakakagaling. But fortunately, siguro at this time ay wala pang adverse effect, but later on we do not know. So I would like to suggest that to the committee that to which this privileged speech of the Honorable Limpiada will be referred to also give attention to the paragraph 6, section 7 of the Anti-Rabies Act, which mandates us also to regulate this treatment, a local treatment called tadok.
Thank you, Honorable Leva, for that additional recommendation. With that, the first subject matter of the privileged speech of Honorable Limpiada is being formally referred to the Committee on Peace and Order. The chairperson already updated us of the ongoing initiative, so the additional information and disposition being requested from the privileged speech of Bokal Limpiada, from the manifestation of Honorable Mangkukang, as well as the additional recommendation of Honorable Jojo Leva is likewise being referred. With regard to the second subject matter, the massive erosion along National Road, it is being referred formally to the Committee on Public Works and Engineering, and at the same time pending the disposition of the committee, requesting the assistance of the Secretary to kindly make the proper letter communication to DPWH through the Ipertoliano, copy furnished that portion of the privileged speech of Honorable Limpiada with particular request in advance on the information on what are the actions being undertaken by the, we are assuming that there are initiatives to address it, so we will just request updated information on what actions are already being initiated by the DPWH to address the problems, not just in the Balanacan area, but also in areas with similar situation, and informing further that this particular item has been referred formally to the Committee on Public Works and Infrastructure, so they have advanced knowledge that anytime the committee may call for their representation in the committee hearing. But we make an advanced communication already. Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Chair, with regards to the letter to the district engineer, can you also furnish a copy of that letter, the regional director? Because, Madam Chair, apparently during the discussion that we had last Wednesday, projects amounting to 100 million and above are within the jurisdiction of the regional office, and they do not know, they do not even have a little iota of knowledge of that project, because this regional office is not reporting to them, apparently, because according to them, they are of much higher level than them. Kaya marami na po pala tayong projects not that district engineering office do not know, because they are being implemented by the regional. And as a consequence of that information, Madam Chair, next week we have opted to invite the regional engineer of the DPWH with regards to the projects being implemented by the regional office. The projects on the national roads implementation are more of them are being implemented by the regional office rather than the district office, Madam Chair. So it's very timely that the privileged speech of the Honorable Limpiada was rendered today, and it will be part of the committee meeting that will be conducted by the committee wherein the engineer assigned in the province of Marinduque will be invited.
So what is the recommendation of the
To
floor
partners
leader?
also-
Do we have to make an advance communication
Yes,
pa? Okay.
We will
Only copy furnish the regional director.
can we have same communication addressed to the regional director?
Separate.
Madam Chair. And parallel to that, we will conduct a committee hearing with the regional engineers and the district engineers as the invitees, Madam Chair.
So that will serve as an advance notice to the district office and regional office, and the presiding officer will not mind signing the letter if deemed necessary. Thank you. So can we close now the there is another?
Wala na po. Madam Presiding Officer, I move that we close the privilege hour.
The privilege hour is closed.
For the calendar of business, for the unfinished business, we don't have any. For the business for the day, first item in the business for the day is the item number 3 of the messages and correspondence from the governor, the request for the suspension of Section 93 of Resolution number 525 series of 2014. May I ask to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Ways and Means.
Honorable Manggol is recognized to sponsor. Item number 3 in the correspondence from the governor. Yes, Honorable Manggol.
I move for the approval of a resolution suspending Section 93 of Resolution number 525, series of 2014, imposing and collecting fees and charges for the use of the Marinduque Expo Center and Moraine Arena. I so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Just a final clarification, di ko lang ma-review. Is there a particular period of time within which the suspension will be effective?
During the duration of the expo.
So we
On
need
that
not
particular-
specify that it will be for this calendar year.
For calendar,
For
for
this
this year.
Year, as a reference. Maybe we need to include that in the resolution. The specific dates within which the suspension will take effect.
Yes.
Okay. So there is a motion. Would you like to reiterate your motion, Honorable Manggol?
Yes, Madam Chair. February.
Ano na? Madam Chair, ang magkasimula yata po yan ay February 25? Oh, 21. Up to Holy Week.
So, sige po,
dapat
let's...
hindi na lang for the month of February, March, and April.
Okay. Okay po.
3 months.
Okay. So, again, Honorable Manggol.
May reiterate the title of the resolution. A resolution suspending Section 93 of Resolution Number 525, Series of 2014, imposing and collecting fees and charges for the use of Marinduque Expo Center and Morena Arena from the period of February until March, until April, Madam Chair. 2023, Madam Chair. Thank you po.
Is there any second to the motion of Honorable Manggol? Duly seconded by Honorable Danny Red, Honorable Mercy Rejano. Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. Thus, the resolution suspending Section 93 of Resolution Number 525, Series of 2014, imposing and collecting fees and charges for the use of Marinduque Expo Center and Morion Arena from February to April 2023 is now adopted.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, may I move for a 5-minute suspension? Recess.
5 minutes recess is declared.
Okay, Madam Presiding Officer, may this representation be recognized?
Proceed, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for adoption of a resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 2022-352 of the Municipality of Buwak entitled An Ordinance Posthumously Comparing the Gawad Buwaqueño sa Lingkurang Pampamahalaan Award to former Marinduque Governor Jose Antonio Nieva Carrion, whose leadership and governance inspired and institutionalized some of the best practices in local government, recognizing his accomplishment and legacy to the province of Marinduque and to the municipality of Buwak and for other related purposes as within the prescribed power of the Sangguniang Bayan of Buwak to enact. I so move.
And there's a motion. Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Mercy Rejano. Any objection? The Chair hears none. Thus, the resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2022-352 of the Municipality of Buwak entitled Ordinance Posthumously Conferring the Gawad Buwaqueño sa Lingkurang Pampamahalaan Award to former Marinduque Governor Jose Antonio Nieva Carrion, whose leadership and governance inspired and institutionalized some of the best practices in the local governments, recognizing his accomplishments and legacy to the province of Marinduque and to the municipality of Buwak and for other related purposes, is now declared valid, operative, and within the authority of the said LGU to enact.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 272 Series of 2023 of the Municipality of Buena Vista entitled as an ordinance deferring the implementation of Article B Local Civil Registry Fees of Municipal Ordinance Number 227-2017 entitled 2017 Revised Revenue Code of the Municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque in celebration of the Kasalan ng Bayan on February 14 as within the prescribed power of the Sangguniang Bayan of Buena Vista to enact. I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Caballas, Honorable Neril Manggol. Any objection? The Chair hears none. Thus, the resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 272, Series of 2023 of the Municipality of Buena Vista entitled Ordinance Deferring the Implementation of Article B, Local Civil Registry Fees of Municipal Ordinance Number 227-2017 entitled 2017 Revised Revenue Code of the Municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque in celebration of the Kasalan ng Bayan on February 14, 2023 is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Appropriation for the proposed resolution number 2023-147. and proposed resolution number 2023-148.
Okay. Honorable Caballes is recognized.
The presiding officer, this representation formally moves for the approval of a resolution appropriating the total amount of 14,310,820 pesos for the various MOE accounts in the office of the SP Legislative. The presiding officer.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Limpiada. Honorable read. Any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, the resolution approving appropriation of 14,310,820 pesos for the various MOOE accounts in the office of the SP Legislative is now approved. Yes, Honorable Caballes.
Madam Presiding Officer, again, I move for the approval of a resolution appropriating the total amount of 1,508,150 pesos for various MOE accounts and 340,000 for various capital outlay accounts in the office of the SP Secretariat.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Rihano. Honorable read. Any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, the resolution appropriating the total amount of 1,508,150 pesos for various MOOE accounts and 340,000 pesos for various capital outlay accounts in the office of the SP Secretariat is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Environment Protection and Human Ecology for the accompanying resolution of the committee report number 80-2023, page 9.
Honorable Mangkukang is recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer. This representation formally moves for the passage of a resolution entitled a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor, Presbytero J. Velasco Jr., to file an application with the DENR, Marinduque, for the titling of 4.3305 hectares and 3.1352 hectares of land located in barangays of San Miguel, Moralion, and Santol in the municipality of Buac, reclaimed from the Buac riverbed by allusion and or avulsion, without prejudice to the continuous negotiation with the municipality of Buac. I so move, Madam Chair.
Is there any second to the motion by Honorable Mangkukang? Duly seconded by Honorable Red. Any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, a resolution granting authority to Honorable Governor Presbytero Velasco Jr. to file an application for and in behalf of the province of Marinduque with DNR Penro Marinduque for the titling of 4.3305 hectares and 3.1352 hectares of land located in Barangay San Miguel, Moralion, and Santol in the municipality of Buac for the reclaimed from Buac riverbed by allusion and or avulsion without prejudice to the continuous negotiation and discussion with the municipality of Buac is now approved.
And another resolution, Madam Chair. A resolution entitled authorizing the Honorable Governor Presbytero J. Velasco Jr. to request for presidential proclamation and or enactment of a law by Congress for the acquisition of the 4.3305 hectares and 3.1352 hectares of land located in barangays of San Miguel, Moralion, and Santol in the municipality of Buac Marinduque, reclaimed from the Buac riverbed by allusion and or avulsion. I so move, Madam Chair.
Without prejudice to continuous negotiation. Okay.
Hindi na po kasama yun, Madam Chair.
May I seek for an amendment that we include the word without prejudice to the continuous negotiation with the municipality of Buac?
Even in the title. Okay. Okay. Is there any second to the motion by Honorable Mangkukang? Seconded by Honorable Caballes of Bocal Office Mercado, Bocal Rosales. Bocal Danny Red. Any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, the resolution granting authority to Honorable Governor Presbitero Velasco Jr. to request for and on behalf of the provincial government of Marinduque for the issuance of presidential proclamation or enactment of law by Congress for the acquisition by the provincial government of the 4.3305 hectares and 3.1352 hectares of land located in barangays San Miguel, Moraleon, and Santol in the municipality of Buac, reclaimed from the Buac River bed by allusion and/or avulsion without prejudice to continuous discussion, negotiation with the municipality of Buac, is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Appropriations for the accompanying resolutions under Committee Report number 81-2023, page 9.
The sponsoring committee chair is recognized, Honorable Caballes.
The presiding officer, this representation formally files an omnibus motion for the adoption of the following resolutions. Number 1, resolution appropriating the total amount of 9,901,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Office of the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, subject to the availability of funds. Number 2, a resolution appropriating the amount of 3 million pesos for the purchase of a brand new service vehicle for use by the Provincial Engineering Office for monitoring and evaluation of various programs and projects and other related activities, subject to availability of funds. Number 3, resolution appropriating the total amount of 4,500,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Engineering Office, subject to availability of funds. Further, subject to the following conditions: submission of the actual funding requirement of the PEO for the whole year minus what has already been provided in the Appropriation Ordinance. And number 2, there should be a provision that the PEO should have a stockpile of all the spare parts that are repeatedly being used by their office. Number 4, a resolution appropriating the amount of 3 million pesos for the following MOE accounts under the Provincial Engineering Office, subject to the availability of funds. Number 5, a resolution granting an honorarium in the amount of 10,000 pesos per month to Attorney Shermela Estipona as a newly appointed Public Attorney 1 in the Public Attorney's Office effective upon her appointment. And number 6, a resolution appropriating the total amount of 13,800,000 pesos for various MOE accounts and capital accounts under the Provincial Tourism and Cultural Office, subject to availability of funds. Number 7, a resolution appropriating the amount of 850,000 for the grant of financial assistance to all accredited civil service organizations in the province of Marinduque pursuant to SP Resolution number 124, series of 2022, with a minor amendment, I guess, of our all-present phrase na paborito ng budget officer, with subject to the availability of funds. And number 8, resolution appropriating the total amount of 3 million pesos for various MOE accounts under the office. Resolution appropriating the total amount of 5 million pesos for various MOE accounts under the office of the Vice Governor. Number 9, resolution declaring Appropriation Ordinance number 3, series of 2022, authorizing the CY 2022 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 3 of the Municipality of Torrijos, Marinduque, involving an appropriation of 4,873,732 pesos and 88 centavos and 10,000 pesos for General Fund proper in operation of the local economic enterprise, respectively, operative in its entirety, subject to the conditions, comments, and findings of the Provincial Budget Officer. So move, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is an omnibus motion moved by the chairperson of the Committee on Appropriation, Honorable Caballes, for the adoption of 9 resolutions. Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Manggol, Honorable Danny Red, Honorable Aurelio Leva. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, the omnibus motion introduced by Honorable Caballes is approved. The following resolutions are hereby approved. Resolutions appropriating the total amount of 9,901,000 pesos for various MOE accounts under the Provincial Disaster Risk and Reduction Management Office subject to availability of funds. Resolution appropriating the amount of 3 million pesos for the purchase of brand new service vehicle for the use by the Provincial Engineering Office. Resolution appropriating 4,500,000 pesos for various MOOE accounts under the Provincial Engineering Office subject to availability of funds. Resolution appropriating the amount of 3 million pesos for the following various MOOE accounts under the Provincial Engineering Office subject to availability of funds. Resolution granting 10,000 pesos honorarium per month to Attorney Shermela C. Resolution appropriating the total amount of 13 million pesos for various MOOE accounts and capital accounts under the Provincial Tourism and Cultural Office subject to availability of funds. Resolution appropriating the amount of 850,000 for the grant of financial assistance to all accredited civil society organizations in the province of Marinduque as pursuant to Resolution number 124 series of 2022. Resolution appropriating 5 million pesos for various MOE accounts under the Office of the Vice Governor. Resolution declaring Appropriation Ordinance number 3 series of 2022 authorizing calendar year 2022 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 3 in the amount of 4,873,732 pesos and 88 cents and 10,000 pesos for General Fund proper respectively for the municipality of Torrijos subject to the comments and findings of the Provincial Budget Officer are now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may this representation be recognized for the accompanying resolution of Committee Report number 83-23. Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for an omnibus motion for the adoption of the following resolution. Resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance number 251 series of 2022 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz entitled an ordinance prohibiting the entry, sneaking, using, and carrying any forms of contraband inside BGMP man jails facilities in the municipalities of Santa Cruz, Marinduque as beyond the prescribed power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance number 255 series of 2022 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz entitled an ordinance prescribing the rules and regulations for the issuance of certification of detention for persons deprived of liberty, inmates confined in the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology Man Jail in the Municipality of Santa Cruz, Marinduque as beyond the prescribed power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. And resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance number 250 series of 2022 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz entitled an ordinance prohibiting drone operation within 100 meters radius from the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology man jails in the Municipality of Santa Cruz as within the prescribed power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact, subject to the recommendation of the Joint Committee under Joint Committee Report number 83 and further recommending to exercise prudence in the enactment of the said ordinance. I so move.
In the implementation.
In the implementation of the said ordinance.
There is an omnibus motion from the from Honorable Leva for the adoption the adoption of a resolution covering three municipal ordinances from the municipality of Santa Cruz, municipality of
Santa Cruz.
all from the municipality of Santa Cruz. Is there any second to the motion with regard to the disposition? Duly seconded by Honorable Limpiada, Honorable Rejano. Any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, the omnibus motion is approved. The resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance number 251 series of 2022 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz
As beyond.
A resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance number 251 series of 2022 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz as beyond the prescribed power of the said LGU to enact is now approved. Likewise, the resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 255 Series of 2022 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz is likewise declared as beyond the power of the said Sangguniang and LGU to enact. And the third resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 250 Series of 2022 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz is being declared within the power of the said Sangguniang and LGU to enact, subject to the findings of the committee findings in the committee report and with advice to exercise prudence in its implementation is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Health and Nutrition for the accompanying resolution of the Committee Report Number 85, Series of 2023.
Yes, Honorable Dindin Opis Mercado.
Thank you. I move for the approval of a resolution entitled An Ordinance Providing Mechanisms for the Distribution and Use of Iron-Fortified Rice in the Municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque, otherwise known as Buena Vista Iron-Fortified Rice Ordinance of 2022. I so move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There is a motion to adopt a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 269 Series of 2022 of the Municipality of Buena Vista as valid and in the authority of the said LGU to enact. Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Manggol. Any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, the resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 269 Series of 2022 of the Municipality of Buena Vista as valid, operative, and within the authority of the said LGU to enact is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Youth and Sports for the accompanying resolution of the Committee Report Number 86-23.
Honorable Rosales is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Proposed resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 268, Series of 2022 of the Municipality of Buena Vista, entitled An Ordinance Protecting Minors from the Hazards of Driving Motor Vehicles and penalizing any adult person from allowing, consenting, inducing, and directing a minor to drive motor vehicles within the municipal jurisdiction of Buena Vista, Marinduque, and providing penalties for violation thereof beyond the prescribed power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact.
Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Rejano, Honorable Jojo Leva. Any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, the resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 268 Series of 2022 of the Municipality of Buena Vista is now declared beyond the prescribed powers of the said LGU to enact.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Energy and Public Utilities for the accompanying resolution of Committee Report Number 88-2023.
Yes, the Honorable Manggol is recognized.
Yes, Madam Chair. I move for the adoption of a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 267, Series 2022 of the Municipality of Buena Vista entitled An Ordinance enjoining the 15 barangays in the local government unit of Buena Vista, Marinduque, to strictly adopt and implement RA 11361, Anti-Obstruction of Power Lines Act, and RA 7832, Anti-Electricity and Electric Transmission Lines / Materials Privilege Act of 1994, and providing penalties thereof, valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Duly seconded by Honorable Leva, Honorable Rejano. Any objection? The chair hears none. Thus, the resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 267, Series of 2022 of the Municipality of Buena Vista is now declared valid, operative, and within the authority of the said LGU to enact.
Madam Presiding Officer, that closes our business for the day. in our session for today. We don't have any assigned business. We don't have any proposed ordinance and resolution for third and final reading.
Kung wala na po, yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, I move that we adjourn.
The session is adjourned.